Hey guys, how's it going? It's 8-Bit Eric. Welcome back to the channel. So, E3 has come and gone. Nintendo was today. I gave a full recap of it. If you want to go and check it out on the channel, I know a lot of you guys aren't. You guys don't like to click around or descriptions. It has to be handed to you. So I'm going to leave a pinned link in the comment section down below of my full Nintendo E3 thoughts. At the end of the program, they showed an update of Breath of the Wild 2. We didn't get to see much, but we saw a teaser. It's been 2 years since it's been announced. We got a date of 2022, but no exact release date. So let's go ahead. We're going to react and watch the video, talk about it a little bit more. I saw it while it was live, but I'm going to watch it again, give my thoughts while we watch along, and then I'll kind of give my half-ass opinion. So if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, why don't you click that red subscription button and let's begin. So it is called sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So there's no official title yet, but let's watch this. It is #1 on trending right now. So looking at it, looks like we have the Calamity Ganon, the red stuff that was prevalent in Age of Calamity and also Breath of the Wild. There's not too much shown in this trailer. We got Zelda falling, and then they introduced that it will be taking place above the world of Hyrule, back in the clouds, I guess, like Skyward Sword. They're going with that route. Link has an interesting haircut right there, so to speak. It looks a little bit more Dragon Ball-ish, but we got adventure elements in the air. I like that. We got the glider back. Of course, you know, some of the enemies from Breath of the Wild are there. We got the same powers that Link had showing up right here. We also have what looks to be a flamethrower, a thing to turn into like water and evaporate through the ground. You can kind of like go through the ground. That looks kind of neat. But it definitely looks like it's expanded a lot since the last time we saw it. Now, this doesn't look like it's actual, like, I guess, in-game gameplay. It's more like cinematic, but I'm sure that that was the engine that we were looking at right there. It's just not finalized gameplay at this moment. So it definitely is something to be excited about. With that said, we've only had a minute and a half of footage shown in regard to this sequel, and it's been 2 years. 2 years since it's been announced. I don't know if to be excited or to be a little bit concerned. 2 years, and that's the most that we got. I remember when we saw the teaser to Breath of the Wild, it was actually a pretty good length of footage, good length of action shown into it. This one, aside from the weird power that he freezes, I guess it's called stasis. He freezes that thing, hits the thing, and then he's jumping and gliding a little bit. We didn't get to see much in the way of action or anything like that. We don't have confirmation if Zelda is going to be a playable character or not. Don't get me wrong, I'm still pretty excited about the game as a whole, but I'm a little concerned also at the same time that it's been 2 years and we don't even have, what, this was a minute and a half of footage, and then the teaser before that, first announcing it, was less than that. So we haven't even had 5 minutes of Breath of the Wild sequel at all. So I get it. Zelda fans, we're kind of spoiled because we get games and ports and everything multiple times a year at that. But at the same time, this game was announced 2 years ago. So I get it. Don't rush a game. You don't want games that are rushed to come out, because then you're going to wish they would have been delayed, kind of like Cyberpunk. But here we go. Let's read this article. This is from Screen Rant, actually. We're going to go ahead, take a look at it, read it, and all that. So it says, Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, 2022 release date, new lands and powers revealed. So after years of waiting and speculation, the news that every Legend of Zelda fan has been hoping for is finally here, and boy, was it worth the wait. And I gotta say, it's good that we saw something, but at the same time, I'm kind of concerned, just because of the lack of stuff that we've seen, the lack of information. We still don't have a title. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm overthinking it, maybe? Who knows? But it says, after years of waiting, we've finally been given a release date for Breath of the Wild sequel, as well as its first ever gameplay footage. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild broke the mold when it first launched in 2017. The Kingdom of Hyrule has never been experienced so extensively or so organically before. The rich flora and fauna that festooned each area, along with a large, compelling, and fully narrated storyline, meant that Breath of the Wild quickly became a game that many could not put down. nor did they want to. And it was a fantastic game. It was a masterpiece. I still hold Wind Waker, Twilight, and Ocarina a little bit more higher in, my regards, but it was still a pretty good game. So when Nintendo revealed the news that there was a sequel to Breath of the Wild in development, fans were understandably delighted. Along with this announcement came a haunting trailer that showed heroes Link and Princess Zelda discovering a corpse of Ganondorf beneath Hyrule Castle. And that was the first one where it was green and you had the corpse. But we haven't seen much of that. So this short clip alone opened the doors for endless theories and speculation from the Zelda community. It wasn't clear what was going on, such as which incarnation of Ganondorf was lying beneath the castle, or if Zelda could be a playable character on the release of Breath of the Wild 2. While those questions haven't been neatly answered at E3 2021, it's a little clearer now. So this talks a little bit about what we saw. It says the short teaser announced the sequel to Breath of the Wild. Nothing more was heard about it for a long time. Eiji Aonuma, who's the producer of the Zelda series, did tell fans that more info about Breath of the Wild 2 will be shared this year. So maybe in the fall, maybe August, September, we might see some more info about it. He then went on to reveal that Skyward Sword's coming to Switch in July 2021. However, the wait for more news on Breath of the Wild sequel is finally over. At its E3 Direct, Nintendo officially revealed that it will be releasing in 2022 for the Switch. Along with this announcement, fans are treated to some brand new gameplay footage for the sequel, which sees Bokoblins making camp atop an angry stone talus, someone who may or may not be Link warping through rock structures. And that was the thing, his hair looked entirely different, so who knows? And several new land masses hovering in the sky. Most sinisterly, Hyrule Castle could be seen crumbling before being lifted from the ground by fiery aura. So we saw some different stuff. Now this says this new reveal of more footage for Breath of the Wild sequel is exciting news for patient fans. While Skyward Sword summer release is a fun inclusion, especially for those who have yet to play the first canonical game in the series timeline, because it's the first one before all the splits and all that. Having something completely new is much more in line with what fans truly wanted for the franchise's anniversary. Sadly, there'll be more of a wait than many were hoping for, but 2022 is at least more concrete date than the Zelda community had the day prior to the gameplay reveal. So yeah, definitely a very interesting trailer at that. I would like to see a lot more. We're just gonna have to wait a little bit longer. It's no secret, Legend of Zelda is probably my most favorite series of all time. I just have so many fond memories playing Ocarina of Time and Link to the Past, Wind Waker, and Twilight. I can't get enough of the series, and every time that there's a brand new game coming out, I get absolutely hyped, like ecstatic, and it's all I think about. As a matter of fact, I try to forget that Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out. That way it doesn't feel like I'm waiting 1,000 years before it comes out. But we finally got a small little taste. I just gotta say, I'm still a little worried in regards to some of these titles that Nintendo has announced years ago, such as Breath of the Wild 2. Metroid Prime 4 went through a delay and kind of had to get started back up from scratch, but we still haven't seen much beyond a logo for that. And then on top of that, Bayonetta 3. So there's a lot of concerns for me. I know the pandemic happened and things kind of stopped and slowed down. I would like to see a lot more of this Legend of Zelda game, though, very soon. I'm excited for it. Don't let that sway you. It was one of the few good things that I liked about E3. Elden Ring is still a little bit more hype for me, though. I gotta admit, Elden Ring caught my attention. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you on the next one. Thank you for watching.